Bloody body. Right, I don't think there's anything else to do there.
Being in the murderer's shoes, I would go and wash myself. He might have left some evidence there.
Ah.
I'm not going to touch it. I might destroy possible leads.
Can I use me magnifying glass? Yes.
The murderer must have been covered in blood. But I can't see any solid evidence. He certainly didn't touch the pump.
Well, Tim, when we were playing as Tim, we moved a park bench from here over here.
Another corpse. How many more will there be? A broken spine. Someone jumped on him from a great height. He must have died very slowly.
Jesus. There's the bench.
If it hadn't been here, it would have been much more difficult to climb up the wall. Is it possible the dog killed the gravedigger? No, it couldn't get so far with a broken spine. It has something in its teeth. I can't pull it out.
Ooh, tweezers. Time for tweezers.
An interesting catch. I'll make some notes.
What the hell was that? Piece of cloth.
I'll have enough time to examine it later.
Okie dokie.
One doesn't have to be a great sportsman to climb up that.
Who bent the spikes at the top? Close vicinity.
The ground is too hard. There are no footprints. Pity. I can't see any signs of a struggle. That is strange. No blood, no hair, no pieces of skin, nothing. Somebody killed the dog with their bare hands and didn't break a sweat.
Eek. Well, let's hope we don't find him.
I didn't want to get my clothes dirty. No traces of blood. Pity. I was hoping the murderer had injured himself, but it doesn't look like it. I didn't want to get...
Moving on. Walk around the cemetery, or go through the gate.
Except the usual occupiers. No other corpses. Pretty comforting discovery.
I don't think there's going to be anything else on him. No. Well, I think that's crime scene investigation 1894 finished. Let's go. Who are you? Who?
I took a walk around the graveyard. It's a pretty big area. How do you manage to look after it?
It was Mr. Talbot's responsibility. He received an extra payment for that.
Did you allow him to have a dog with him?
Oh yes, I totally forgot about it. I will have to take care of the dog.
I'm afraid it won't be necessary. The animal is dead too.
I simply cannot understand this. Mr. Talbot trained dogs very well. Nobody was better at training dogs than him.
I suppose the dog tried to protect its master, and it kept attacking the murderer until the last breath. I also suppose the murderer fled over the top of the wall in the back part of the graveyard, where it's no problem to climb up. That's why the gravedigger's dog was killed in a different place to its master.
But tell me, Detective, who could have done such a thing?
I'll tell you that as soon as we find him. I have to ask you, where were you last night?
We buried Sir William last night. It was the family's wish that he was buried in secret, so the funeral was after sunset. It is strange you do not know that. The police supervised the whole ceremony. After the funeral, I went to bed and fell into a deep sleep.
So you didn't hear or see anything suspicious?
No, otherwise I would have investigated.
I think that sounds credible. Why did you explicitly want Inspector Lockley to come?
A strange question. Don't you know what he devoted himself to?
I've not had the pleasure of meeting him.
The inspector investigated most of those cases nobody else wanted to work on, including all accusations against Sir William. We have talked to each other several times.
Was he interested in anything in particular?
Once or twice he wanted to enter Lewis's tomb, but he never obtained the permission. Then I think he found a better hobby than hunting ghosts in graveyards. I have not seen him for weeks now.
So, the police participated in the funeral as well. I was just on my way to Plymouth. I'd be grateful for any information.
Not directly. They only had to look out for troublemakers that might possibly try to disrupt the ceremony. Sir William was very unpopular, thanks to the rumors.
And were there any troubles?
It depends. The police made several raids on the local disreputable public houses, in the hope that it would divert attention from the graveyard. It seemed to have worked. But this morning, alas, I found the damaged tomb. It is a terrible tragedy.
I think I need to investigate that tomb, but... Ooh, let's have a look around the church. I just remembered something. When I was playing as Tim,